Everybody. Hey, Jeff here. We're getting ready to do the last 3 rows of weeds. And since you guys have been joining me and talking to me while I'm doing the weeds, I'm making sure to come on here. And we're going to do the last row of weeds. I'm going to show you all the garden first. I did wet it down a little bit so I could actually pull them out a little bit easier today. We're going to do that. And then we have to actually replant corn. I got to take some corn. I'm going to have to get corn in there. I want to get it in before tomorrow. That way, at least when the other stuff is done, this corn will be ready a couple weeks later. That will come up, and hopefully the rabbits and stuff won't get a hold of it. So that's what we're going to do. So just in case you're wondering, today is June 2nd, 2025. It is 15:31 right now for all you military people. Otherwise, it's 3:31. Make sure to say hi. Make sure you tell me where you're from. I'll answer any questions that come up. I've got to switch the camera around a little bit because it's backward. Well, let me flip the camera so you can see me better. That's not what I wanted to do. Hold on. Flip the camera. There we go. And turn on the mirror of the camera. Okay. So that's what we're going to do now. And we're going to get out there and do that. I'm going to put a little water in the bird bath first. And then we're going to get started. So go ahead and start dropping your names, where you're from. Tell me a little bit about yourself. And I'm going to fill up the bird bath real quick. If you guys want to come with me, I'm going to... The bird... Seriously, I just filled it yesterday. The squirrels get in there. Seriously, the squirrels think it's like a spa. So I did leave the water on so that I could actually fill it up. And I'm going to fill it up with my sprinkler system, which is fine. There we go. The birds will start yelling at me if I don't fill this thing up every day. They really do. The birds, it's like animals develop patterns. However, I'm probably going to have to put the main nozzle on, take this one off. Yeah, I'm going to have to do that. This isn't going to work right. And if you're wondering what the main nozzle is, it means take off the hose and put in a quick release. If I had one out here, I forgot if I left one out here from yesterday or not. If not, I'll have to go grab one. I don't think I left one out here. And people wonder why I get started late with stuff. So instead, I'm going to use my wand. We're going to wand it today before we get started with everything else. So let's wand it. You guys can watch my video. I'm going to get in the garden here in just a second. I was also getting on my... There we go. So we got that all ready for him. Put that in my pocket. Alrighty, get this, and then we're gonna head over. Hey, what's going on, guys? Yep, you can invite, and if you guys want to join in, go right ahead. I'm gonna get the bird crap off my table first, because birds, since I didn't feed them right away, decided to poop on my stuff. Birds, seriously, it's like they literally aim for me. There we go. I gotta clean off my table anyway. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off now. Alright. And the whole point of this here, like I said, I watered down the garden first. So I got water first today so that I can go through there and get the weeds out. And we're gonna they're gonna look at the garden a little bit here so I can get some photos, because I do daily photos of it. And I'll show you guys what we got going on. Yeah, the birds are just seriously, they laugh at me. Why do the birds laugh at me? What's going on, guys? Yep, I'm right here. I can't see very well. Why do the birds laugh at me? What's going on, guys? Yep, I'm right here. I can't see very well. So tell me where you're from. CR36, Maria, Juicy, how you guys doing? Donna, how you guys doing? Rhonda, Frogman, how you doing? Kathy, how you doing? Myrtle, how you doing? Jing, how you doing? Tell me your name and where you're from. Put it on there, everybody, as we're getting everything going here. I'm going to switch this over now so people can... Alright, flip the camera. Alright, so we're going to get these last 3 rows done. 1, 2, 3. Like we did yesterday. So I'm starting off exactly where yesterday. And then, of course, my herb garden looks great. So there's basil in there. If you look in here, there's basil. The dill's really coming up. The cilantro is really hitting hard. So I'm just doing a couple of those first. Alright, now my cucumbers are finally starting to come up in there. Those are big cucumbers, so they're going to be coming up. I got some other stuff in there. Now you'll see a lot of grass over here, but I put a lot of beans and peas in here. So there's beans and peas in there. So we got that. And then of course the rows of sunflowers. As you can see, I know everybody likes to look at the sunflowers as they get big, especially the mammoths. That's my cauliflower. And that's my broccoli. It'll get bigger. So right here, as you can see, the peas are coming up pretty good. Except the rabbits are eating them. You can tell where the rabbits are getting them. See the top part where they bit it off? I don't know. Those rabbits, they're literally getting a hold of everything. That's the reason why my peas are not coming up better than what they should be. Stupid rabbits. That's okay. We'll figure it out. So these will start. I'll get more water on this later. That's a cilantro plant, by the way. It's more cilantro. I'm going to go through here and we are going to look and see if the rabbits are getting more stuff here. As you can see, I do have, it'll get water again. It got water. Okay, they're digging in there. So they dug in there to get stuff out. That's why I've got these extra layers here. The new stuff should not start coming up till probably about next week. And I'm looking here and seeing how many. Yeah, they ate from him. They got a part of him. If you look right there, they got him. See him right there? Stupid rabbits. They got that entire row. That's why I had to replant that row right there. What else? They're trying to get to those. It's okay. Not much I can do about it. I mean, it's just rabbits. We'll weed down here later on. I'm trying to save that guy right there. So we're okay with all that. And then we'll get this. Oh, my sandal stuck on there. So there we go. That's what we got so far. I'm going to go ahead and get these other rows ready. These are the 3 rows we're going to do today. You can see the buckets in them. And I'm almost ready to start. So let's go ahead and get started, everybody. I know. It's kind of crazy, right? This is the hard part. Trying to get motivated to get started. Okay. Okay. Let's get this out here. We'll kick it off with putting that bucket there. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the camera around on me. There we go. Okay, so I got to do this on my hands and knees. So much fun, right? And I got a bucket right here. And then I will... So, tell me where you're from. Give me some likes if you love your garden. And if you got a garden, tell me what you're planting this year. There we go. Sorry about that. I have all my stuff up and going. There we go. All right. So we've got that going now. Oh. Okay. There we go. So, like I said, in here, if you guys remember me telling you correctly, last year I had a lot of flowers at this end, so that's what these are. These are more of the flowers than anything else. I'm going to stick these in the middle for right now as I'm pulling them up, because I need to pull them by the roots, otherwise they will come up again. These are actual flowers, which the flowers are pretty, but unfortunately you can't eat flowers and you can eat corn. So, food over beauty. So, if you say something, the sun's really bright today, so alright. And get all that done so that we can get these things growing. If I don't pull these out, they will start affecting the growth of the corn, and the corn's been doing really good this year. And these things have gotten down there with the roots. It's funny, I wouldn't mind if they were just in a part where I didn't have stuff growing. They'd look pretty, but unfortunately they are where they shouldn't be. Away. And there's a lot of them. Now that right there, this here is an actual ladybug. And ladybugs you want, and I used to have, this here is an actual ladybug. And ladybugs you want, and I used to have ladybug hotels. You can actually go on to Amazon. I'm not trying to advertise anybody here, so this is just where I got them from. You can get ladybug. I'm not trying to advertise anybody here, so this is just where I got them from. You can get ladybug hotels. They're not the Asian beetles. They're not the orange ones that cause all this problem, but actual ladybugs. I don't want to hurt the ladybug. Are actually really good for your garden. They eat like all the nematodes and stuff like that. Sorry, Daddy. Walking sticks and stuff like that. You can get those eggs and put them in your garden, and allow them to basically help root out some of the pests. You know, the little things that you can't see that are so microscopic. They're really good at doing that. But you can get, like, for your kids and stuff, if you want to do something fun, they're called ladybug hotels. And you go on, you grab a couple ladybug hotels, and then it's the eggs and stuff for the ladybugs, and then next thing you know, you got the ladybugs. And I'm talking about ladybugs, not the Asian beetles, not the there's all different types, but these are the ones that are good for your garden. And there's really no downside to having ladybugs, because they don't eat your stuff. And they also, so in other words, you want ladybugs. Don't kill ladybugs. You can kill the orange ones, just not the red ones. The ones that got the orange back, yeah, get rid of those. Don't stop them. Suck them up with a vacuum or something, otherwise they breed really quickly, and they actually hurt your garden, so you don't want to do that. Okay. So, I put Gene, since I'm on my hands, this is one reason why I wear jeans, not shorts. But now, to get some of these weeds out is like crazy. But once we get all the weeds and everything out, you'll be able to see down the roads a lot easier. And it'll let more sunshine get to the corn. And it'll get more water to the corn, because these things won't be soaking up all the minerals and nutrients. And there we go. So, tell me where you're from. Let me know how you're doing today. Let me know if you guys have a garden, or what your favorite thing in a garden is. Like I said, I do a lot of these channels just because people want something fun to look at. You know, I mean, not necessarily fun. I'm not a fun person, but, you know, it's different. So, you know, there's a lot of negative stuff on there. We try to be positive. We talk about garden. Talk about military. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I was with 2nd Battalion, 8th Marines. Yeah, 2nd Battalion, 8th Marines. Billy Jack, how you doing? Billy, how you doing? I can't see the other names. You guys actually have to type in who you are, because I can't see very well unless you actually type it in, because it's where your name comes up, it's very small. Gosh dang it. And yep, there we go. So, hitting all that in, you know what? My burn barrel's down here, and I'll just throw it right in my burn barrel, because it's right there. Alright. So years ago, I would have been at the swimming pool this time of year. Over in the Marine Corps, I would have been overseas. It's amazing where we're at each year from the different things that we do. Oh, I love being in the Marine Corps. I miss my brothers, I do. We had a good time. We had Onslow Beach. It may not seem much, but we got to live next to Onslow Beach, which was neat. If you're in the military, you know what Onslow Beach is if you're Marine, or if you were stationed at Lejeune. I've had some people try to lie to me and tell me different things they've done and where they're, because they know about where special, like where the sniper schools are, or were. They don't. I don't think we have them anymore. And they know where things like that are. So when you ask them, oh, so, and I brought up Onslow Beach to people that stole, like the stolen valor, and they'd have no clue what it is. You can't live at Lejeune without knowing what Onslow Beach is. And I know some people with stolen valor, they're going to listen to what I'm saying, and they're going to go, and that's one of the things they'll probably try to use. But there's other ways we know that you're lying. So don't lie about what you did in the service. You don't have to. Quite frankly, we don't care. Or say they served when they never did. It's because they feel bad and guilty because they wish they would have. Well, you didn't. And you're not going to, no one's going to hold you accountable for it. But if you're looking for credit and you were not in the service, you're right. You don't need to lie about it because we're going to catch you. But if you were in the service and lying because you did something, you don't have to. You know, it's just, and it's good enough to know that you volunteered, that you did what you had to do. We all went to boot camps. We all went to basic trainings. But you don't have to pretend you're top secret squirrel and telling everybody, because like I said, there are more special forces than there are special forces, if that makes sense. It's like, really? So it makes you think that everybody that's telling you that with the special things that they did, they're just, and majority of the people are lying to you. They look older, so they think because the way they look that people will believe them. Seriously, that's kind of how some of these people think. I don't know why. I owned several businesses, and I had, you know, and I do different things. And we even had Fishing for Freedom in the past. People try to lie about their service so they could get a free fishing weekend, and we caught them on it. And you know, you always have to be really, really careful because they try to take freebies. I'm not sure why they think they have to do that, but I guess once you lie and cheat and steal, you always lie, cheat, and steal. I know a lot of different wives that they think because their husband served whatever, they have a get out of jail free card, and they don't. I wish people wouldn't think that. Especially jail free card, and they don't. I wish people wouldn't think that. Especially if they. Sorry about that. I don't know why they didn't say I wasn't talking anything dangerous. I'm actually in a garden there, TikTok. I'm not driving a vehicle. I'm in a garden. I'm pulling weeds. And if pulling weeds is a violation, I'm not cussing. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody thinks I'm talking about something, but I'm actually literally pulling actual weeds there, TikTok. Like these things here, I told you these things here are really bad. They get into everything. TikTok makes me laugh because it will stop a person because you're talking and they think that it's, I don't know. It's alright. There we are. So, back to what we were doing. Oh man, this is going to be hot now because these are the big ones. Plus, if I pass out or something, you guys can watch me pass out. I was wondering when the flies were going to start trying to get over here. There we go. Gosh, dang it, the crabgrass is strong this year. Oops. Alright. There we go. On the way back, I'll have to do the third row. Okay, back. I'll have to do the third row. Okay. Whee! Hakuna Matata. No. Oh, I have to do smaller hands because if not, I'm not pulling up the roots. Okay, I'm gonna have to get over on the other side or something because they're not coming up as easy down here. These got bigger. I don't know how this, the thing is because it's got more sunlight down here. But these down here have got, are really big compared to the rest of them, and everything's planted at the same time. So one thing I can think of is this gets more sun down here, so it's been growing quicker. Everything's planted at the same time. So one thing I can think of is this gets more sun down here, so it's been growing quicker. So it's a little bit harder to get. Pulling these weeds up. There we go. There we go. Okay. Whew. Yep. I'm deep in the heart of the garden, looking for the. That's why I'm just right here. So I thought maybe people would talk while I do this. Okay, we're next to the next bucket. Alright, let's see what I got here. There we go. I think I will take the tiller down through all this one more time. Because these little tomatoes are trying to grow up in the center and I don't want them growing. I got my tomatoes all set where I want them right now. And if I know which type of tomato it is, then I may let it grow. But right now I don't know the types. They're just too small. And they all look the same when they're small. Oh, come on. Get that out of there. There we are. Oh, come on. Get that out of there. There we are. Alright. There. Plus I want to push some dirt up around them a little bit more. Stabilize them. What's that? I don't know. I'm not sure on that one. Alright. Gotta move everything again. Nope. Not yet. Still got stuff. Alrighty. I'm just cleaning the garden. I think a lot of this will end up dying off after I get the roots out of the system. Alright, let's move up. Alright, there we are. These are what I'm trying to find. When I'm down low, I can actually find them. And they will get big. And they will clog. Because every year, that's one thing I've had problems with. I don't know what they're called. I forgot the name of a lot of things. I'm one of these people. It takes me a while. I've forgotten more than what I remember. And what I'm learning. Okay, got that. Alright. Get that in there. There we are. A lot of my stuff last year. A lot of my stuff last year. I think. That's probably one reason. The ground's probably got a lot of, it's very fertile down here. It's perfect for everything to grow because of everything we put on it last year. That's why we always rotate. You're supposed to rotate your crops too, so granted it's not that far, but you still do it anyway out of habit. Okay. Yeah, and then here I won't even be able to get in here with anything once today's over. Oh, I don't like doing that. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Alright. Big old tomatoes. I have my spices, my cilantro and everything's all ready to go. I just got a hold of my friends and neighbors that usually like that stuff, and I'll start getting that cut and dried and picked, and I'll put it in, I'll find a way to store it differently this year so that I can get it to everybody across the United States. Those I do send out, but my friends across the United States, that's something easy because it doesn't take too much to send that. Most of the time you want it dry anyway, so it dries on en route. Oh, get away from me, fly. And if there's any mosquitoes, get away from me, mosquito. There we go. There we are. There we go. Alright, moving up. And we're going. Hit the like button on there if you got a garden. Let me know what state you're from. Hey, state you're from. Hey, if people could be in a tractor doing live feeds, I could be in the garden doing live feeds. Come on. I think the most part it's the tomatoes that I'm having the biggest problem with. And it's because I had tomatoes here last year. There we go. Alright, gotta keep going. I'm not gonna do that side because I'm gonna come back down the other side and get these guys because I'm not able to reach. But the other side is the last one. That's the very first row. I started with the 6th row. So if I don't get them any on that side, it's only because I'm gonna go back through here one more time. That side, it's only because I'm gonna go back through here one more time. But I'm gonna come when I come down the row with it. That's that crabgrass down the row with it. That's that crabgrass. Okay. There. Okay. Oh yeah, tomatoes are there. tomatoes are... Well, if anybody wants tomatoes, I got plenty. There we go. People don't believe me that tomatoes can grow wild, especially when you're trying to switch up your garden. Got that. Okay. Okay. Get that out of there now. Ragweed. I hate those things. And they get in there and they get started. Believe it or not, I've never planted. That comes because of the cow manure I put in here, and the cows, it's the seeds in the cows. Alright. Come here, tomatoes. Man. More tomatoes. They're all, I mean, that's basically just tomato heaven around here. Ragweed. And there we go. It's hard to get full handfuls though. I'm playing that game. Alright, guys. Alright. I'm gonna come down the other aisle. I'll get more of those. But right here, man. I should have another bucket coming up here. Oh, there it is. That is a new bucket. Oh, don't fall. There you go. Alright, I put buckets every 6 feet. Alright. There we go. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Give me some likes, give me some loving. Let me know how you guys are doing today. If you like to eat, give me some likes. Oh, I think that's what I'll do next week, is I'll get the winter lasagnas made to get them in the freezer, to get them froze for the winter time. We'll get those done this week. It's about time to get those in. I still got to get the chili made, which these are things that, oh, come on now. Stupid. Man, the grass is really growing around that guy to where he's not very in there very strong. Man, the grass is really growing around that guy to where he's not very in there very strong. The heck? You know what that thing is. Throw in here in just a second. The heck? You know what that thing is. Alright. You almost have to ask, how come the rabbits don't eat the weeds? They want to go after the good stuff. Or they don't eat the tomatoes down on this end, but they want to eat the tomatoes that I got planted. All right. Let's see here. Come on. The smaller things are harder to get today for some reason. Okay. Oop. Ragweed. Yuck. Okay. Where's that other? Too big of a hill there. Drainage is good though. Alright, incoming. Doing pretty good today. Alright. Huh. Yeah, Tomato, I think you're gonna hide from me, huh? Oh. Squirrels hiding their nuts over here, not realizing they're planting them, they're not hiding them. Yeah, they're squirrels. Change that bucket out in a minute. Okay, let's see what I got. Alright. Let's see. Okay. What's up? Yeah. I know, garden fun. Sorry, I'm not talking too much. I'm watching what you guys are saying, though. I'm seeing you guys talking to each other. have a working party do. Working party up, give me all my privates. Kidding, that's mean, that's wrong. If you can't do it yourself, don't have anybody else do it. That's what I've always learned. I'm one of these people, if you ask somebody to do something or ask somebody to help, then make sure you yourself are willing to do it. Oh, I don't like those things. Oh, I don't like those things. Certain those. I forgot what they're called. Oh. There we go. There we go. I don't want to have to do all this again. Probably will have to do it one more time this year, but right now I wanted to, I'm doing it so it can grow better. There we go. Alright, I gotta switch that bucket out. Give me this bucket. There we go. Well, because I filled them up. Okay. It's like pulling out hair. You can only, you know, you grab too much, you don't get anything. You don't get the root or anything else. So you gotta do just a little bit at a time. And then, like some of this other stuff, I try to keep dirt, but that doesn't always work. So, I don't want to have to get too much of this one on my way back, but I will come back down the other aisle, the other exact opposite way. Because I got stuff planted on the other side of the road, which means I can't get on there without. Because I got stuff planted on the other side of the road, which means I can't get on there without hurting what's on the other side of the road. There we are. There we are. There we are. There we go. Alright, then. There we go. There we go. This is row I must have, when I put things down, I kind of got it all messed up, it looks like. Oops. Oh. Oh. There we go. Gosh dang it, they get right up there against the horn. There we go. You guys wonder why I enjoy my corn so much. After doing all this every year, of course I enjoy my corn. Put all this work into it, you enjoy it. And I enjoy giving it to my neighbors and my friends. Been through so much hell lately. So many nasty people out there that lie, cheat, and steal just because they take advantage of you. I'm the first person to admit that there's a lot of people out there that will take advantage of you if you're not careful. I have fought too long, too hard, and I'm gonna keep fighting because there's just a lot of scumbags out there. There's a lot of con artists. Heck, today on my Facebook, I was getting people like, and it's kind of funny because I got my friends, they have my phone number and stuff. All of a sudden, they said, "Hey, send me your phone number." Well, why would I send you my phone number when you already have it? And they don't say anything else. They just say, "Send me your phone number." So when I send something back, there was no response back. And to me, that's a scammer that got a hold of like one of my friends. And it's really funny is because some of these people you don't hear from forever, and then out of the blue, you'll have something like I had today, which is, "Send me your phone number." I'm not, no, because you already have my number, which means somebody stole your account. And I'm not going to just give my number out, even though I know the people, and I know it because there's so many scammers out there. And the second you give them a number, they're like, "Hey." Then the scammers try to say, "Well, he gave us the number." Well, no, I'm not giving you any of my numbers. Not to mention my number's right on my account. Like, I put it out there for my business stuff. So if you mention my number's right on my account. Like, I put it out there for my business stuff. So if you actually have to ask me for my phone number, that means you're not looking at my profile and you know nothing about me, and you also don't know me. Because my friends have my phone number, and I've never changed my number. I like when people say, "Well, can't get a hold of him." Well, he's got to do, no, I don't have a different number. I've got a work number and I got a personal number. So you got to really be careful about that with the scammers. So I'm sure my friend's probably trying to get back into his account and hoping that nobody else will give him anything, because like I said, friend's probably trying to get back into his account and hoping that nobody else will give him anything, because like I said, it's the scammers get a hold of your account, and if you're not somebody that's on social media that much, you wouldn't know that somebody's using your stuff to help. My friends would be very grateful that I say and do the things I do. That way they know that they're being looked out for. People that get mad because you question them when you know there's scammers out there that they're being looked out for. People that get mad because you question them when you know there's scammers out there, well, they're not even worth talking to most of the time, because they get mad at everything in the world then. Like I said, if my friends want my number, they know exactly what to say to me. They can actually come on there, and I actually will talk to them normal, but I'll say a couple things to know who they are. If they can't answer certain questions, or they don't answer, actually we'll talk to them normal, but I'll say a couple things to know who they are. If they can't answer certain questions, or they don't answer a certain way, then I know it's not them. Military is especially like that, because we can say things to each other that people would gawk at and be like, "Oh my gosh, you know, who would say something like that?" Well, with my Marine Corps brothers, it's easy to say stuff like that too, because we're used to it. So when they try to steal somebody from the military, and then I like the scammers that get a hold of like somebody's, like one of my high school friends, but then they try to tell me they served with that's even acting. I like to try to act in. I like to try to figure out where they're from sometimes. Hell, I got people pretending to be me on TikTok. they got a hold of my pictures, and then they put on there that they're me, but then all of a sudden they're from Africa, and I'm like, people, I'm not in Africa. You know, I don't ask for money. I'm not doing any of my business stuff online. So in other words, I don't have business stuff on there. So if somebody gets taken by business stuff on there, so if somebody gets taken by something like that, you know, all you gotta do is kind of ask me, and if I can't answer certain questions, then like Rufus the Bull, that one gets stolen all the time. They you know, and TikTok won't take down the other ones because they're like, oh no, there's no violence. No, it's they stole your property, they stole you. But TikTok doesn't care because they make money off their algorithms, and so does like Facebook. That's kind of how they do it. If you're wondering why they don't take your stuff down when you report it and how they say, oh, there's no violations, it's because they're making money off of the algorithm. They don't care as long as it's just a whole nother, so that to them that's just more money in their pocket, because then they can sell the advertisers and show advertisers, hey, look at all the people that we'll be advertising to. And those scammers, because they even admitted that 80% on TikTok, and I think they said also another 80%, we'll just say 80% with Facebook, switch that around, that 80% are fake profiles, but they use those to try to, because they make money through their advertising dollar, so it may be free, but then they have people like, and you know what I'm even funnier is, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not doing it themselves. Meaning using our profiles to create duplicates, triplicates, because then when they show that to advertisers and people they want to make money from, it means that they're showing, oh look, I got 5 million people are going to be reached with your, well, the problem is, out of that there's probably only about 2 million, but they're advertising 5 million because the other, they're all scams, they're all fakes. But guess what? They don't care because it just makes them look like their numbers are higher. I've been trying to teach that to people for years, and nobody has caught on to it yet. That the reason why they're very slow, if they even do it at all, to take down all the extra profiles is because they're making money off those extra profiles. So even if they're not in cahoots with the scammers are still doing social media a favor by creating more and more profiles. The more profiles, the more ways to sell advertisement dollar. So if you want to know how they do it, and it makes me mad because I don't like my stuff on there. I don't like my friends' stuff being hacked. And it takes like a lot of people to say, hey, look here, this is not who they say they are. And most of the time you're not going to get it to come off anyway, because that's their bread and butter. That's how they make money. That's why they're billion-dollar companies. That's the reason why they can make billions and billions of dollars, is because every time somebody gives them $10, $20, $50 to advertise, $100 bigger the company, the more money it takes them to advertise, the more people that they can push things to. They can then show on their graphs, and they can show on their bar graphs and on their charts and everything else. Here's how many people will be reached if you advertise on TikTok, if you advertise on Facebook. If you advertise, well, Facebook and Instagram are the same thing. They're the same company. They're both Meta, you know. But the thing about it is, they're not showing individuals. They're showing this is how many people we're going to reach, and those fake profiles, then if they go and do their own research, like, oh yeah, they got that many people. No, they don't. A lot of those are, half of them are, 80% of them are fake. And they know it. And they even admit it. That's the reason why I know about it, because they even admit it that they're fake. And they admit that too. But the thing about it is, they don't go out of their way to get the fakes taken off. And when I did identity theft for a living, and I helped with identity theft, and I tried to stop identity theft for a living, like it was part of my job. You know, that's a lot of the stuff that we started realizing is the identity theft isn't caused by hackers. Sometimes it is perpetrated and pushed by the media companies themselves. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, I guess, but you know, just every time you create a profile, and then they want you to create even more profiles by having these business profiles. Well, that adds to more profiles that they have, so they can start showing more people that they can reach with their advertisement. So every time you create a profile, even if it's separate, I got like 6 or 7 profiles on like Facebook for when I did my business stuff, and I wanted a different profile for each business thing that I did. Well, I didn't realize that Facebook, even though they charge me, they were making money with the advertisers with it. So it goes into their advertising dollar and how they make money. Is it good, bad? I don't know. I just know it's hard to get fake profiles off there. And I know it's hard when somebody steals our profiles to get them taken off. It's almost like the weeds I'm doing now. In order to get them off, you got to go through each and individual one. Even then, you don't get them all. But they're not, it's not secure, it's not safe. It's quite nerve-wracking, actually. See, look at them. Tomato scammer hiding in the woods. Look at that, they're just right there hiding, and I miss them because if you don't look close enough, you'll miss them. Like right here, look at that. He was up right against there. I missed them all together. And that's kind of what happens. That's why the reason why I like to know where people are from, and people telling me their name when they come and they talk to me on here, because then I know they're real and they're not like a fake person or a scammer that stole people's, you know, I like real people, you know. And I know there's also people on here that go on and they use dirty words and cuss words, everything else, because they think they're funny. They're really not. It just shows how immature they are. Then they're like, oh, it doesn't matter if I get cooked up. I got other profiles. Yeah, your profiles are making a lot of people money, but not you. Also, they can go on there and, you know, attack people for their religious beliefs, attack people for their political beliefs, attack people for their belief system, and maybe, you know, things that they like or don't like. There's so much hate, and there's so many people that, but they perpetrate hate on both sides. So, because they think it's really funny to get people heated, I just usually delete them, or I just get off. I'm like, I'm not playing that game. I think it's stupid. Pray for their soul. Alright, gotta pray for their soul. Alright. Let's see what we're doing here. Hold on, I gotta push a button. Find my button. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. Battery's not doing so great. There we go. Got it. Sorry, my battery. I had to turn on my backup battery. That's why I got a bigger thing on it today. Okay. Alright. You can start seeing how many of these tomatoes I'm getting. Alright. But and then flowers. So those are my fault. I put those out there. Alright. Got the flowers, got the tomatoes. Look at that guy. Throw it right up next to him. Hiding so that when we come through here, I can't get him. Driving down, plants are probably smarter than humans. Wouldn't be surprised. Now, this is not a belief system I have or anything else, but if humans were here thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago, they could have used plant-based stuff, and instead of what we use now is like brick, mortar, steel, stuff like that. We use a lot of chemical. But if you wanted to and you used it a different direction, you could have gone plant-based society, meaning plants can, I'm not saying that's what I believe, I'm just saying that's it's an interesting theory. Of course, some people think that humans only been here for 5,000 years. Okay, that's their belief. I'm not going to say they're wrong. I'm not going to say they're right. I wasn't here 5,000 years ago. I wouldn't know. And if I was, I don't remember. For all the reincarnation people. Because the only thing you can do is deal with the here and now. All you can do is be a good person now, or do good gestures now. The only thing you can do now is live in the moment for whatever it is you're doing, and be great at it. Because you matter, and everything you do matters. Who you are matters, and what we do with life matters. All the extra petty stuff doesn't really matter. And how do we separate the petty stuff from everything? Well, if it doesn't feel good saying it or doing it, then don't say it or do it. If you think it's a joke saying it or doing it, probably a bad idea to do it, right? Alright, let's switch out this bucket. And trade out the buckets. There we go. We're good. Okay. There's a nice breeze right here because I'm underneath my oak trees now. And that's why the corn's getting smaller through here, is because I don't think they get as much sun. What the heck is that? Oh, that's from last year. Oof, that's one of my bungee cords. That's funny. It's like, what is sticking out of the ground? It's one of my bungee cords from last year. When I have to tie down the tomato plants, I got to use bungee cords sometimes because they get really, really thick. Okay. There we go. I'm debating on if I need to cut my tomatoes this year, the ones I actually have. So when you cut them, they should grow bigger tomatoes. And that is true. I've done that in the past. But you also got to be careful so that it gives more growing time. We're not in a hurry. With a regular garden like mine, there's no hurry with it. So that's why I do it every once in a while to get bigger tomatoes. You can also put things on your tomato plants to shape your tomatoes if you really wanted to. Yeah, it's pretty neat. Those birds are yelling at me. Look at that, that guy's bad. And there we go. Alright. Oh, it's corn. I don't want to grab him. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, tell me where you're from. If you're coming on, tell me where you're from. Oh, that's another... That's a metal thing that I put into the ground to hold my tomato plants down. Because I didn't get a hold of a couple of them last year when I took them out. Try to count all my stuff, but that doesn't mean anything. Especially when you add it later on, you forget to put it in your number counts. Everybody's like, what are you talking about? Alright, a couple areas here I'm going to have to put more stuff down, or replant some corn in a couple of these areas. And then really, really hope that the squirrels don't come and eat all the new stuff that I get in there. There we go. And back we go. Hello. Back and forth. Wow. I think when I was putting these down, a couple of them must have dropped down in clusters because, whoops. there's one. If I can replant those, and take them out and replant them, I could do that, I think. I'd have to go down deep with the shovel, though, and take them out individually. It could kill them, though, and then I chance killing all of it instead of just a little bit of it. But it's an idea. Put that dirt there. Dirt from this side. There we go. There. Alright. We're almost done with this row. Thank goodness. You go over there. Oh, sorry about that. There we go. Hey. Gotta get that bucket back up here. Just had water in this area. You'd think it'd be a little bit more condensed. But nope. See, like right here, I got a big clump right here. I don't know what to do about the big clump, but we'll see if we get it all to grow. And I was probably getting tired when I was putting the seed down, and whoops. That's probably my fault. I'll take the blame for it. It is my fault. I'll take the blame. Anything in the garden is my fault, so it's not like I can give blame to anybody else. There we go. There we go. Okay. There we are. There we go. Come on now. Okay, how we doing, everybody? Let's see if I can get a couple thousand likes before I turn this off. That's my goal. We're getting ready to go down the other aisle here, or up one. I think I gotta let the one dry out a little more. Alright. If I can get a bunch of likes, it'd be nice. If you guys add me, make sure to hit that like and that add button. We do different things on here. Marine Panther 1 is on my YouTube page. If you guys wanted to go over there, you're more than welcome to look over there too. You can see all kinds of stuff over there. I've been doing that one since YouTube first came online. There we go. There we go. Oh, tired. Man, down on my hands and knees, getting all this up. Okay. There we go. Oh, got another bucket coming up. Dang it. Don't want to kneel on that crap. Well, I could probably keep that piece. I'm not going to. I'm going to take it out. Alright, now we're getting into the muddy part. It's gonna start getting muddy now. birds, jeez. Had enough birds coming down on top of me. Gosh, dang it. Big grass things. I know. Okay, so now we're getting to where it's not. And where they've eaten it again. Come on, squirrels, rabbits, now I'm getting to where they've been eating it. I can tell because it's all, I'll show you in a second. See? I don't know if that's gonna, pretty much think that's gonna be dead. We're at the replant right there. All this has been eaten. This is an area they've been eating at. Let's see if I can get this little stuff in here. I think it's because there's not enough sunlight over here. It's very well shaded here, which not much anybody can do about. Alright. I don't know what to do about that. I can pull it out or I can see what happens. Doubt if anything happens with it though. It's pretty much dead. Okay. Gosh dang it. My dad never taught me to cuss. He always used other words. That's why I use other words. I know people are like, why don't you just say the word? Because I don't want to say the word. I don't have to. My dad never taught me that. My dad taught me to be careful of everything you say. My dad's probably one of the best men I know. Let's see here. I guess I'll just worry about more of the tomatoes now coming up on these ends. That small stuff is just too small. I can't get into it without, I mean, I'm just pulling the tops off is all I'm doing. Tomatoes I can still pull out though. I'm gonna have to get in here with the hoe. It's not that thick in here, it's just, we're at the end, we're at the end of the, and it's the most shaded area. That's why. I don't know. Sorry, my legs start to hurt. Sorry, my legs start to hurt. There we go. Let's see her live as a guest. Let's see her live as a guest. Said anybody want to come on as a guest, you're more than welcome to. I don't mind. Just respect each other is all I ask. If you can't respect each other, then some metal. At least it'll get iron. The iron content will be okay. But no, it's from stuff I put in last year. There we are. There we are. I'm gonna have to put those buckets so I can get that other side. This way's not so bad. It's when I get back down the other direction and get that last row. What the heck? Sorry. Sorry about that. Didn't realize it was that bad. Now we're gonna get back up in more of the sunshine area where shit's starting bigger again. Because this during the mornings it gets a lot of the sunlight. But I'm already at my turnaround spot. Alright. We're in a turnaround area now, but let me get as much of this crap up as I can. Okay. So the whole point is to get as much as you can and get it up. Ah, this is where the mosquitoes want to hang out. There. I'm not sure why all of a sudden the mosquitoes wanted to hang out here. There's a bunch of them right here. I'll kill you guys. I'll get the mosquito spray and I'll go crazy with the mosquito spray. I don't like bugs. I can get around them. They can crawl on me, but ever since the military and being in around some of these countries that have some of the weirdest bugs and getting bit by everything you can imagine, and just after a while you just don't like bugs. I've had people get mad at me because I kill bugs, which most people are very few and far between, but they're there. They get mad. They're like, oh my god, you killed a bug. Yeah, I'm gonna keep killing bugs too. Deal with it. I promise you the bugs are gonna survive more than we will. Alright. Okay, I gotta go. Now, where do I want to put this in order to get to the next? Do I want to go forward? Put that over there like that. Put this one here because we're at the end of this row. But I still have row 3, but let me see if I can get this all taken up first, because this is going to be big again. This stuff in here is going to be big. However, anything behind it is where the next part of the garden is, which I'm not weeding right now because it's not ready to be weeded yet. and it's also got the radishes in them. Ooh, I see a big radish over there. Yes, I get excited because I see a couple big radishes. I can eat them. I like to give it to my neighbors, let them eat the first thing out of my garden, that way if they die. No, I'm just kidding. I shouldn't say that, that's wrong. But yeah, I got some. There we are. So I think I'm gonna have to, I think I'm gonna wait because this is wet right here. Let me get everything away from the corn because there's another row right up this way. But what I'm doing is I'm gonna go ahead and turn around and go back down with that last row, and then I will follow suit with this row here and get all the extras up because that's gonna be another big one. Yeah. Sorry guys. Still not sure how. It's just, I guess I tilled so much I was spreading those seeds everywhere. That's just me. Oh, I gotta go in between my rows on my tomatoes, peppers, and plants because it is nothing but weeds right now. There we go. And I will. I just gotta do one thing at a time. I actually might do that tomorrow. Get these tomatoes up. Ouch. Stupid. Alright. There. Alright, now I'm gonna, so I'll show you kind of what I'm doing here. See, I got those of that. So we're gonna go and kind of turn ourselves around now and go down the other way. And I'm gonna see if I can get the last of that stuff. Which means I'll put that right there. And finish cleaning this out. And then we got that one row, so I don't want to stop yet. I want to keep going, but be right back though. I need to go and dump a couple of these because I need to use them again. So just a minute. Then I gotta get in there and get all that weeded out. Hold on, everybody. All right, so got that. You clean out the weeds and it don't look like he has much, but we'll make do. Okay. All right, let's get started on the next. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put this other one up there, so just give me a second, folks. All right, give me a second so I can get, I gotta put this over here. Now let's see if I can get all this other stuff done. Alright, like I said, this area here is not going to have as much, but I still gotta, once we get down there, a lot. Just up here is not, because it's too shady. And this area is what I consider the shady area, so I'll put that in my journal. So it's just too shady, but it's okay. Every year we have to change things up a little bit. There we go. And tomatoes up. Dang it. Dirt does not feel good when it's dry. But we're getting it. There we go. Who says a person can't pull weeds or tomatoes? All right, a lot of my I got actual, there's radishes over here, but there's also flowers. I got specialty flowers I planted over there. If you go back into my stuff or on my Facebook or on my YouTube, you can see the flowers. I diagrammed everything. I know everybody's like, why do I diagram everything? Well, it's my journal, and I can go back and I look and I can fast forward to everything, and I can put things down in my journal that I need to remember for next year. And I've had people tell me that I don't do the things I do when actually I do. And that way my entire life, though. People never believe that I've done half the stuff I've done, and that I'm part of a lot of the stuff, or I've been accused of a lot, or I've helped with a lot of things, or I've saved people, or so. There we go. There's back, there was a guy saved in the Mississippi, did a shallow water rescue. My daughter got to watch it, but he ended up dying. Like he lived for about 16 years. There, sorry, yeah. And then he ended up dying from, I don't know what he died from, but I know people told me at least we gave him a couple more years, but it still doesn't make you feel any better. I wish I would have been able to do more. He was shallow water diving in the Mississippi River. which is not something you should ever do. It means you go up and you come down in like an arch. Very dangerous, because you could hit your neck, break your neck, and that's what he did. And when you have a neck injury, back injury, it's I'm surprised he survived from, but they said if I didn't get to him in time. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I also had to perform CPR because we had water in his lungs. He was out though. So, alright. There we go. Yeah, more where the rabbits got to. Okay. Let's see, when we get down there, I'm going to need all these buckets. Because if you remember correctly, it's really thick the other end. And once you start getting away from the shaded area, which we're getting away from now, it's going to get very... There we go. Stupid rabbits. More rabbits, they eating my stuff. Stupid rabbits. More rabbits, they eating my stuff. Why do I feed them in the wintertime? I don't know. Good question. I'll have to ask myself that later on in life. I don't know. Good question. I'll have to ask myself that later on in life. Because I like them. They're animals, though. They don't know any better, and they don't know what not to eat, what they can and cannot eat, and they see it, and they're like, hey, we're going to eat it. There we are. Okay. So we're gonna start running into thicker stuff. Definitely bug. I think this was a burn barrel site. One of my burn barrels was up here. Okay. Alright. Just try not to break these, but let's get these tomatoes out of there. My flowers are on the other side of here, so I don't want to touch my flowers. There we are. Shoot, coming up on a lot of buckets. Break it off now. Yep. What's this? Tomato from last year. Okay. Yeah, now we're getting into where weeds are at. And gonna get see what we got. Oh. Hello. See if we can save some of that little corn. That's right there. There. That big old tomato. Go. Oh man, I'm getting stuck in here. More of these tomatoes. Told you I got a lot of tomatoes in here. There we go. Go. Oh, we're in the thick of things. There we go. Oh, don't fall. Dang it. Bucks are getting full again. There. Get it? Get it? There we go. Hello, I'm here. Sorry, just getting quiet as I'm working. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you are like, why is he still on? Oh, I'll turn it off when I'm done. When we are done. I'm getting all these leaves and roots and all this crap up. There we are. There we go. Alright. Yeah, we're getting into the last part of it here, and it's going to be thick. If you don't believe me, take a look at it. That's thick. I don't know. There we go. Edit. No, there we go. I'm not trying to edit anything. I'm trying to keep going. Get what I missed on the other side. And then get this last kind of row in here because I can't go to the other side and do it. Come on. No, wolf spider. Get over there. Stupid wolf spider. They leave you alone for the most part. I don't want to get bitten though. There we go. Alright. Come back here. Oh. Looks like everything's all over the place. Ooh. Okay. make sure we don't, you know, when you start getting tired is when you start losing your focus. When you start doing stupid things. So this is when you gotta maintain everything and keep a steady eye so you're not hurting stuff. Because you don't want to hurt. You got to know when you're going to start getting tired and when you're starting to get this complacent. Like the very end where you start deciding to slow down when you should actually be speeding up like in a race. Yeah, because you're like, oh, I'm almost there, I can slow down. No, you can't do that. That's getting this complacent. That's not seeing the eye on the prize. That's not going all out with what it is you're trying to do and accomplish. You start getting lazy, so you start getting miscomplacent. You start doing things you don't normally would do if you're awake and you're not tired. So you don't want to do all that extra crap. So you want to make sure you're still getting everything done. You don't want to be pouncing on these. You want to be very careful coming through here because, like I said, now it's going to start getting tighter. And it's easier just to go miss everything and bypass everything. You don't want to do that. But if you do, you're going to miss all the great, wonderful tomatoes that are going to choke off all of your corn. There we go. Alright. Got it. We're moving down now, folks. It's going to be kind of tight in here. I don't know why I got that so tight around in here. These things are growing really well, so that's another thing. Corn. Alrighty. Come on now. Alright. Now. Alright. We're getting her. This is the area you want to be in. See, I missed the other side of these. This is the area you want to be in. See, I missed the other side of these here because it's a little thick. So by going through here, I can get it now. I can get these tomato plants up. I can get the bushes up. We can thin it out now. There we are. There we go. Get those tomatoes. Oh, that's fast. It's still wet. That's good though. Oops. Did not want to do that. That was not what I wanted to do. There we are. Oops. Hope I didn't put my flowers under there. There we are. Alright. Keep knocking my bucket down. Now, 2 buckets went in. I'm going to have to keep pushing them both back. Alright. Now we're really in here. There we are. Alrighty. Alright. There we go. Looks like we're going to have to go smaller because I can't keep going. I don't have anything on the other side, so my buckets are back a little bit. Oh, sorry. Okay. Ooh. We're almost there. Alright. I know, it's kind of crazy in here, isn't it? And it's dark because those tomatoes are growing right up next to the corn. And these corn is really nice in here. It's growing really good. Ooh, there we go. There we go. That. Finish getting tomatoes. I know I've missed a couple tomatoes in here. Come on now. Keep moving. Come on. I'm not claustrophobic in here. This doesn't bother me at all. I just don't want to knock down all my stuff. Alright. There we go. I'm hiding on. There we go. There we go. Now, nope. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, I know. There we are. There we go. Okay. I'm almost at the very end there, folks. We made it all the way to the end. Just a few more to get out of here. Alright. I think I could probably put the bucket out this way, though. I'm gonna pick you up. There we are. Alright, get all this stuff picked up here. Oof. Mm-hmm. All right. There we go. Alright, I gotta get out of this thing now. Because I made it all the way to the end. Now I gotta get out of here. Good look at that, right? Alright. Loosening up. Okay. And this is the side of my dump site, so I'm gonna go ahead and alright, that's it. Oh. Alright, everybody. That's all she wrote. Alright. All she wrote. Alright. Hello. What's what I got going on here? There we are. So, alright everybody, I'm getting off here.